Hello, people. Um, I wasn't intending to be here, and now I'm here. So let's see what I'm going to share with you today. Um, we are in January, and we're coming up to Imbolg, and I suppose everyone kind of comes out the gate on January, and they're like, "Go, go, go!" And really, "Go, go, go" is it should be an internal go. Like a like in your nest and moving around. And that actually reminds me of I was outside with the horses today, every day, and just looking out into the trees, and I had a feeling. I always get this feeling. I'm like, I have a feeling there could be like a rat nest here in my stuff, in my horsey, like horse bags, things that horse yards have. And so I went looking through them and clearing them out, and I was like, no, no, no. But then I found a bag, and I was like, no, I have a feeling there's something in it. So I brought it outside, emptied it out, and there was a dead rat in there. Oh, he was very cute. He was all curled up and in his little nest that he had made, which is always very cute when I find them. And rats are everywhere. I just want to state that, like, rats are everywhere. Even if you live in the city, in the countryside, whatever it is, they're everywhere. But I just see them more frequently because I'm outside in nature, and I also see them because when you have like farmers or horse people, if they have horse food, even though it's all concealed in like bins and protected, there's always rats around, because it's like birds and pigeons, they are crows and pigeons. They'll be around when you're eating in the parks and stuff, because they know there's going to be food crumbs. So that's what they're waiting for, I suppose. And they love that during the winter. In summer, you see that a lot less because there's so much for them. Anyway, but it's like a perfect example is like in this instance, he's old. He was an old rat. You could see big, huge tail. Maybe I'll get a picture of him. I'm going to bury him. And I ended up, I haven't buried him yet. There's a reason for it, because I want to get a picture of him. And so I have, when we go into our nest, which is actually the wintering, which is the death process. And it's also funny because, speaking of the rats are gathering. Rats is something I've been working with for a long time, rat medicine, and probably because they were just right in front of me and I was taking their messages consistently. I was like, oh, hey, okay, let's check the time. And so I've learned a lot about rats over the years, and what they stand for and what they mean, and how they are as creatures in the world. And then when it comes to winter, I suppose that's what kind of we're doing, is like we're like gathering and we're like making ourselves cozy, and we're surviving through the winter. It's just what we're meant to do. And we're also protecting our community at the time. So then we come to this time when it's spring, which starts to become, in the Imbolg, which is like all the daffodils and the bulbs start coming up, and things start to grow. And here, anyway, in our part of the world, which we are based here in Ireland, in Europe, so the kind of the warmth starts to come in because the days are longer after solstice, winter solstice, and therefore there's more heat in the soil, more heat in the land, more heat in the bones of the people, the mammals. And that heat helps us to awaken our fertility. And that's what we're stepping into, is starting to awaken that. And I have a male and a female, well, 3 females, but 1 male and female yearlings, and they are awakening into their fertility stages, because every mammal will hit that stage, but with them, it's going to be their first. It's like they're the maidens. I'm not sure what we call the boys' version of maiden. Anyway, and so it's a very sweet time for all of us to be really gentle with ourselves, actually, and to nurture ourselves so that our fertility and our energy resources. So it's not even fertility to make babies, it's our fertility in creativity, our fertility in life, in production, in doing, is available to us. So for that, it's a really nice time to kind of like, again, instead of speeding up, slow down always, because that's what we want to do as humans, and we're programmed to go as fast as we can to build a culture of materialism. So if we slow down and go more with the cyclical cycles of the earth, then we get more in tune with our inner body. And it's like being cyclical, it was something that I just noticed I do, and people have often said to me, you're very cyclical. The word is like cyclical. You're very cyclical, like you really work with the waves of what's going on in the world, or the seasons and the world, actually, not just the seasons. And I was like, yeah, I am actually. Like, I've never gone, hey, I'm going to be a cyclical person, but it just became my way. And it's about listening. I talk about listening forever. And so I'm asking and sharing with you the positivity of listening a bit more, listening deeper, and taking that time for yourself to do that, really, I suppose. And how, you know, it's just being more still, maybe in the mornings, in the evenings, during the day, whenever you can be more still. Even if you have kids or something, you know, and they're playing, just being more still with what they're playing, and maybe taking in nature all the time, watching nature, how it's moving, how it's excited, what times of the day it's excited. Yeah, and I was just thinking there of was that last night? I'm not sure, but in this room, there's a big window here as well. There's actually 3 big windows in this room, and bigger one than this one above me. And in this one, there's bats that live in the, like, above it, I suppose, and they've always been there. But for some reason, and it only happens sometimes, they were like flying out but hitting the window. And 2 of them did that the other night. You know, they come out around 5 o'clock when it gets dusk, and they start to wake up. So I just closed the shutters so that they could maybe help them, you know, go towards the moonlight, and because they can't see, right? They work on a sonic style of vibration, really, which is pretty cool. So, like, you know, we all have our different cycles. So what I'm saying is, just because the bats fly at night and they sleep during the day, you know, where is your rhythm? How is it for you? And I don't think, like, you know, I hear so many people and they're like, get up during, you know, the light hours. And I'm like, yeah, like maybe that's what you need to do. But maybe no, maybe you've done that all your life, and maybe you just need to find your own rhythm, and it needs to go into chaos first. So be open to the wave of what is being offered to you, basically. And I'm going to leave you there because I have a meeting in a minute. Slánta, and enjoy the Imbolic induction that I'll be offering more of. And yeah, please share with me for sure, like how you're getting on, how was Imbolic for you, St. Bridget, you know, what's coming up, what's birthing in you at the moment. Slánta from Ireland. Bye, bye, bye.